Hi, I'm Swarupa Sail, course instructor for Geotechnical Engineering. In this presentation, we will classify the soil. First, we will learn how to classify coarse-grained soil. Coarse-grained soils are gravel and sand. So, these are the two examples for coarse-grained soil. Whereas, fine-grained soils can be silt, organic matter or clay. Here in this figure, we can see the set of sieves which are arranged in decreasing order of their sieve sizes. Here we can see the sieve which is of 4.75 mm and this sieve size is 0.075 mm, and at bottom there is pan which is used to collect the soil sample. Once all the sieves are placed one below the another, they will be placed in the sieve shaker. After the soil sample is placed on the top of 4.75 mm sieve, and the sieve shaker will be run for about 10 minutes, due to which there will be flow of the soil particles from one sieve into the another. After that, we will have to measure the weight or the mass of the soil retained on each of these sieves. To begin with, we need to know whether the soil is coarse-grained soil or fine-grained soil. So, this is the step number 1 which we will have to follow while classifying the soil. So, to know whether the soil is coarse-grained soil or fine-grained soil, we will have to weigh the soil sample which is retained on 4.75 mm sieve and then on 0.075 mm sieve. Here in this figure, we can see that the soil sample which is having particle size greater than 4.75 mm is referred to as gravel, whereas sand particles will have sizes ranging from 0.075 mm to 4.75 mm. Gravel and sand together are called as coarse-grained soils, whereas the soil particles passing through 0.075 mm will be either silt or clay or organic matter. So, the soil particles passing through 0.075 mm are referred to as fine-grained soils. Now, exactly we need to know whether the soil is coarse-grained or fine-grained. For that, we will have to check how much percentage of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve, because we know that the soil particle retained above 0.075 mm will be the coarse-grained soil. Out of which, if 50% of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve, then the soil is classified as coarse-grained soil. So, that is what is mentioned over here. If the soil retained on 0.075 mm sieve is greater than 50%, like for example, after weighing, if we get the percentage retained on 0.075 mm as 60%, which is greater than 50%, then we say that the soil is coarse-grained soil. So, that is what is mentioned in this flow chart. If 50% or more of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve, then it is called as coarse-grained soil. Or if the 50% of the soil passes through 0.075 mm sieve, then it is referred to as fine-grained soil. So, the first step is to check whether the soil is coarse-grained or fine-grained. Now, we have understood how to classify the soil as coarse-grained and fine-grained. That is, if 50% of the soil or if more than 50% of the soil is retained on 0.075 mm sieve, it is coarse-grained, and if 50% of the soil or more than 50% of the soil passes through 0.075 mm sieve, then it is fine-grained soil. So, once we know that the soil is coarse-grained soil, we don't know whether it is gravel or sand. Now, we have to find out whether the coarse-grained soil is of gravel or it is of sand. So to check that, again we will have to see how much percentage of the soil is retained on 4.75 mm sieve. Like if 50% or more of the soil is retained on 4.75 mm sieve, then it is gravel, because here we can see above 4.75 mm sieve is the size of the gravel. And if more than 50% passes through 4.75 mm sieve and is retained on 0.075 mm sieve, then it is sand. So now we know how to classify the coarse grained soil into gravel and sand. So like let us say, after checking out, we get that the coarse grained soil is sand. We need to further classify sand. It can be either well graded sand, poorly graded sand, clayey sand or silty sand. Next, to find out whether it is well graded sand, poorly graded sand, or whether it has got dual symbol, or whether it can be clayey sand, again whether it has got dual symbol, or whether it is silty sand, we will have to check the percentage of fines passing through 75 micron sieve. So the third step is to check the percentage of fines. We will be given the percent passing through 75 micron. That means the percentage of soil passing through 75 micron will be given. Like for example, if in the problem it is mentioned as 13%, we will have to check whether that 13% is less than 5% or whether it falls between 5 to 12% or whether it is more than 12%. Now out of these three conditions, we know that 13% is greater than 12%. So we need not have to worry about whether the soil is well graded sand or poorly graded sand or whether it has got dual symbol. We know that well graded sand is the one which will have the particles of all the sizes. Here in this figure we can see the well graded soil. Here there are particles of various sizes. So this is what is well graded soil. And when we know that the soil is well graded, if the value of Cc, that is coefficient of curvature, falls within 1 and 3, then we classify the soil as well graded. And if the value of Cu is greater than 4, that is coefficient of uniformity is greater than 4, then it is well graded gravel. And if Cu is greater than 6, then it is well graded sand. So in order to know whether it is well graded or poorly graded, we need to find out Cc and Cu. And here in this figure we can see poorly graded soil, which can also be referred to as uniformly graded soil. So in this figure we can see that almost all the particles are of same size. So if the value of Cc does not fall within the range 1 to 3, then it is poorly graded. Or if the value of Cu is not greater than 4 or not greater than 6, then it is poorly graded. So then we say that the soil is poorly graded, that is poorly graded sand or poorly graded gravel. Now in the problem we are given that the percent passing through 75 micron is 13%. So we won't bother about these first two conditions. We will check out the further classification for the third condition because 13% is greater than 12%. So now the soil can be either SC or it can be either SM-SC or even it can be SM. So for that we need to check whether the soil comes above A line or whether it falls within the hatched zone or whether it falls below A line. If soil falls above A line, then it is SC. If it comes in hatched zone, then it is classified as SM-SC. And if soil comes below A line, then it is SM. So to know whether soil falls above A line or below A line or whether it has got dual symbol, we need to find plasticity index. So plasticity index or IP can be calculated using formula liquid limit minus plastic limit. So the value of liquid limit and plastic limit for the soil to be classified will be given in the problem. Like for example, let us say in the problem liquid limit for the soil is 17% and plastic limit is 5. We get plasticity index as 12. So once we have the value of plasticity index, we need to check whether it is less than 4 or greater than 7 or whether it lies between 4 and 7. If Pi value is less than 4, then we say that the soil falls below A line. Then the coarse grained soil can be either GM or SM. GM means silty gravel and SM means silty sand. And let us say if Pi value is greater than 7, then we say that the soil falls above A line. Then it can be classified as GC or SC. GC means clayey gravel and SC means clayey sand. And if Pi is between 4 to 7, then we will have to use dual symbol. Now in the example, we got Pi value as 12. So out of these three categories, it satisfies second category, that is Pi greater than 7. That is 12 is greater than 7. That means soil is above A line. And hence we say that soil is SC. In previous slide, we assumed that soil is sand. So we classify further sandy soil as SC. That means there is clay content also in it. So it is clayey sand. Now we will solve a problem. The results of laboratory tests conducted on two soils A and B are as follows. There are two soils and these two soils have to be classified. We need to know which type of soils they are. For that, we have been given percent passing through 0.075 mm, percent passing through 4.75 mm. So for soil A, it is 14% and percent passing through 4.75 mm is 92%. D10, D30 and D60 values are given and these values will be used to find CC and CU to know whether the soil is well graded or poorly graded. The value of liquid limit is given as 16, plastic limit is 8. Similarly, for soil B, the values are given, that is percent passing through 0.075 mm sieve is 75, percent passing through 4.75 mm sieve is 100. D10, D30 and D60 values are not given. Liquid limit is 58 and plastic limit is 14. And we have been asked to classify these two soils as per Indian standards. So in previous slides we already have learned that to begin with we will have to classify the soil as either coarse grained or fine grained soil. That means we need to check if the soil is coarse grained soil or fine grained soil. So in order to find whether the soil is coarse grained or fine grained, we need to check how much percentage of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve. So here percent passing through 0.075 mm sieve is 14% and the percent passing through 4.75 mm sieve is 92%. So the amount or the percentage retained on 0.075 mm sieve is 92 minus 14 because 14% has already passed through 0.075 mm sieve out of 92%. So remaining percentage of soil on 0.075 mm sieve is 78%. Now this step can be understood well from this figure. Here we can see the sieve sizes, that is 4.75 mm sieve and this is 0.075 mmC. In the problem, it was mentioned that percent passing through 4.75 mmC is 92%. So that is what is shown with this red arrow. So 92% of the soil is passing through 4.75 mmC. And percent passing through 0.075 mmC is 14%. So in this figure, we can see yellow colored arrow indicates percent passing through 0.075 mm. So percent of soil passing through 0.075 mm is 14%. That means out of 92% which passed through 4.75 mmC, 14% already passed through 0.075 mmC. That means how much amount of soil is remaining on 0.075 mmC can be calculated by 92 minus 14 equal to 78%. So the percentage of soil retained on 0.075 mmC is 78%, and this 78% is greater than 50%. So that means 50% or more of the soil is retained on this 75 micron sieve. So if this condition is satisfied, then we say that the soil is coarse grained soil. So the first condition can be checked, that is, we need to check if the soil is coarse grained or fine grained soil. We have found out that 78% of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve. That means more than 50% of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve, which satisfies this condition. So if this condition is satisfied, we say that the soil is coarse grained soil. So now we have confirmed that the soil is coarse grained soil. Now we need to further classify the coarse grained soil, because we know that coarse grained soil can be either gravel or sand. So we need to check whether soil is of gravel or sand. So to know whether the coarse grained soil is of gravel or sand, we have to check this condition. What is the condition given in the flow chart? Is 50% or more of the coarse fraction is retained on 4.75 mm sieve, then it is classified as gravel, or otherwise it is classified as sand. So that means we will have to check the percentage of soil retained on 4.75 mm sieve. So here the percentage passing through 4.75 mm sieve is given. Percentage passing through 4.75 mm is 92%. So that means retained on 4.75 mm sieve is not greater than 50%. Passing is greater than 50%, that is 92%. Hence, soil cannot be gravel, it is sand. Now once we know that the soil is of sand, we need to check out whether it is SW, SP, or whether it has got dual symbol, or whether it is SC, or whether it is SM-SC, or whether it is SM. So to further classify the soil, we will have to check the percentage of fines, because the sand can be further classified based on these three categories. First one is less than 5%. That means we will have to check whether percent passing through 0.075 mm sieve is less than 5%, that is the first condition, or we will have to check whether it is between 5 to 12%, or we will have to check whether it is greater than 12%. In the problem, it is mentioned that percent passing through 0.075 mm sieve is 14%. That means it is greater than 12%. That is 14% is greater than 12%. Hence, the soil can be either SC, SM-SC or SM. So we will rule out these possibilities. That means the soil cannot be SW, or it cannot be SP, or it will not have these dual symbols. Now we need to check whether the sand can be SC or whether it can be SM-SC or whether it can be SM. So to check whether it falls in any of these categories, we will have to find out PI. PI means plasticity index, which can also be denoted by IP. PI can be calculated using formula liquid limit minus plastic limit. Liquid limit for soil A is given as 16 and plastic limit is given as 8. So, liquid limit minus plastic limit equal to 16 minus 8, which is equal to 8. And this value of PI 8 is greater than 7. So, how did we get this 7? To further classify the sand into either of these three categories, we need to check the PI value. If PI value is less than 4, then soil falls below A line. Then it can be classified either as GM or SM. And if PI value is greater than 7, the soil falls above A line, then it can be either GC or SC. And if PI value is in between 4 and 7, we will have to use dual symbol. Now from calculation, we got PI which is equal to 8, which is greater than 7. That means this second condition is satisfied. If PI is greater than 7, then soil falls above A line. So that is what is the first condition. PI greater than 7, soil falls above A line. And we say that soil is SC. That means it is clayey sand. Next, we will find out how to classify fine-grained soil. To begin with classification of the soil, we need to check whether the soil is coarse-grained or whether it is fine-grained soil. So, to classify the soil into coarse-grained or fine-grained soil, we will have to check how much percentage of the soil is retained on 0.075 mmC. If more than 50% of the soil is retained on 0.075 mmC, then it is coarse-grained soil, and if more than 50% of the soil passes through 0.075 mmC, then it is classified as fine-grained soil. And this fine-grained soil can be either silt or organic matter or clay. So, we will have to check whether it is silt, that is M, or whether it is organic soil, that is O, or whether it is clay soil, that is C. So, this is the first step. Next step is to find whether the soil is having low compressibility or whether it is having intermediate compressibility or whether it is having high compressibility. So, that we can come to know by comparing the value of liquid limit with these three conditions. So, first condition is if liquid limit is less than 35, we use letter L. And if liquid limit falls between 35 to 50, then we use letter I. I stands for intermediate and L stands for low. And if liquid limit of the soil, which will be usually given in the problem, if it is greater than 50, then we have to use letter H. H stands for high. So, L for low compressibility, I for intermediate compressibility and H for high compressibility. So, by checking the value of liquid limit with these three conditions, we can come to know whether we will have to use letter L, I or H. We will assume that the soil is having low compressibility. So, that means we need to know whether the soil is ML or whether it is OL or whether it is CL. So, to find whether the soil is ML, which we can see here from the figure, whether it is ML or whether it is CL or whether it is OL, we need to find out whether the soil falls above A line or whether it falls below A line. So, for that, what we will have to do is we will have to find IP for this A line. How can we find IP for this A line? Using the equation IP equal to 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20. In the problem, liquid limit value for the soil will be given. With that value, we will find what is the IP for A line. So let us say, for example, we have got IP for A line as 10 after we substitute the value of liquid limit. We will have to even find out what is IP for the given soil with the data given for liquid limit and plastic limit. So these two values will be given in the problem. We will find what is IP for the soil. Let us say, for example, we have got IP equal to 20. So 20 is greater than 10. That means soil falls above A line. So since soil falls above A line, we can say that the soil is CL. It is not ML or OL because soil does not fall below A line. When the soil will fall below A line? When IP for A line is greater than the IP for the soil. So soil will fall below A line when its IP is less than IP for this A line. So that can be understood better once we solve the problem. So here we will have to classify the soil B. For that, the given data are percent passing through 0.075 mm sieve is 75% and the percent passing through 4.75 mm sieve is 100%. Liquid limit value is 58 and plastic limit value is 14. To begin with, we need to check whether the soil is coarse grained or whether it is fine grained. So to check whether the soil is coarse grained or fine grained as seen from this flowchart, we need to check this condition. The condition is 50% or more of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve. To check whether more than 50% of the soil is retained on 75 micron sieve, we will go to the given data. Here we can see that 100% of the soil is passing through 4.75 mm sieve. So that can be shown here from the figure. 100% of the soil is passing through 4.75 mm sieve. So out of this 100%, 75% of the soil is passing through 0.075 mm sieve. So again that can be seen here from this figure. Out of 100%, 75 passed through 0.075 mm sieve. That means more than 50% of the soil passed through 0.075 mm sieve. So from this condition we can see that more than 50% is not retained on 75 micron sieve but it passed through 75 micron sieve. Hence we say that the soil is fine grained soil. So once we know that the soil is fine grained soil, we need to check whether it is silt or organic matter or whether it is clay or whether it has got dual symbol. For that, we will check out step number 2 to find whether we will have to use letter L for low compressibility, whether we have to use letter I for intermediate compressibility or whether we have to use H for high compressibility. So for that, we will have to check out the value of liquid limit given in the problem for the soil B. Liquid limit given is 58%. So this 58% is greater than 50%. So now here we will have to check whether the soil is ML, OL, MI, OI, MH, OH or whether it is CL, CI or CH. We do not know whether it is silt or organic matter or whether it is clay. For that, first we will check out these conditions, these three conditions, that is whether the liquid limit is less than 35%, whether liquid limit is in between 35 to 50% or whether liquid limit is greater than 50%. And same conditions even for clay. We will have to check whether liquid limit is less than 35 or whether it falls between 35 to 50 or whether it is greater than 50. Since in the problem it is mentioned that liquid limit is 58%, which is greater than 50%. That means the third condition is satisfied. So we will have to rule out the possibility of soil falling in these categories. So even for clay, we will rule out these possibilities. So now soil can be either MH or whether it can be OH, and whether it can be CH has to be checked. So for that, we will go to next step. Now the same can be even more clearly understood by this plasticity chart. Now on x-axis we can see that liquid limit is being represented. So it starts from 0 and ends at 100%. This is 20%, liquid limit equal to 20%, from which A line starts. The equation for A line is shown over here, and this point is for liquid limit equal to 35%, and this line is for liquid limit equal to 50%. So now from these conditions we can see if liquid limit is less than 35%, it can be either ml or it can be OL or it can be Cl. So that is what can be seen here from the plasticity chart. If liquid limit is less than 35%, it can be Cl or it can be ml or OL. Then second condition, if liquid limit falls between 35 to 50, then it can be Mi, it can be OI or it can be Ci. So that is what can be seen from plasticity chart. If liquid limit is in between 35 to 50%, then the soil can be Ci, it can be Mi or OI. Then if liquid limit is greater than 50%, then it can be MH, it can be OH or it can be CH, and same can be seen from the plasticity chart here. If liquid limit is greater than 50%, then the soil can be CH, it can be MH or OH. From the previous steps, we already have confirmed that the soil has high compressibility. That means the second letter is H. But we do not know whether the soil is of silt or whether it is of organic matter or whether it is of clay. That means the first letter has to be found out. To find the first letter, we will find out the IP of the A line and IP for the given soil. IP for A line can be found out using this equation, that is IP equal to 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20. Liquid limit for the soil B is given as 58. So substitute here 58 and find out the IP for A line, which comes out to be 27.7. So this is IP for this A line. Now we have to find out IP for the given soil. IP for the given soil can be found out using equation liquid limit minus plastic limit. Liquid limit is given as 58 and plastic limit is 14. So 58 minus 14 is equal to 44. So this value 44 is greater than IP of A line. So 44 is greater than 27.7. So if IP of the soil is greater than IP of the A line, that means soil falls above A line. So since soil falls above A line, we can confirm that the soil is CH. That means it is inorganic clay with high compressibility. So we use letter C. So hence we confirm that the soil can be classified as inorganic clay of high compressibility. So this is how we can classify fine grained soil. Thank you.